So this just arrived in the mail today. It's a Lensun solar panel that mounts on the front of your vehicle. It's really well packaged. You can see the thick cardboard over the actual panel, and that was also inside this really heavy cardboard box. They give you everything you need to set it up. So I'll take it out and I'll show you guys what's included. Just wanted to show you guys quickly the nice color catalog that they send with your panel. It shows you all the different applications, how much each panel is, the wattage. There's a lot in here. They cover a lot of vehicles. I wish I could say that I was hooking it up to a really nice four-wheel drive, but in my case, it's this guy here, the Grand Caravan. It's what I use to go camping in. I've probably brought it down some roads that I should have had four-wheel drive, but anyway, it is what it is. This is what I got, so this is what I'm using. So I got everything on box now. This is the vinyl that you put on your paint. I've seen some guys put the two-sided tape and the panel right on their paint. If you have an older rig and you just don't care about the paint, I guess you could do that if you wanted to, but they do give you vinyl so that when you ever have to take it off, you can just peel the vinyl off and everything should come off. Then you get your two-sided tape, your solar charge controller, then you get all the wiring you need. And again, in my case, there's two panels. It's the one here. I'll just show you the back of it quick there. And this will be the setup for mine. Sorry for my dirty hands. I was cleaning the hood of the van here. And there's, to give you an idea of the panel size on the hood. So it should be a pretty good setup. Definitely not good with vinyl. Just trying my best to get it lay down nice. This is definitely takes some patience. Just working on the second piece of vinyl. I'll tell you right now, it is not going to be perfect. That's for sure. I am not good with vinyl. I knew guys that did it professionally and they made this look so simple, but luckily the panel's going to cover it. So I just want to make sure that it's down as well, as good as I can get it, I guess is what it's going to be. Well, it's on there, guys, but I'm really not good at working with vinyl. Luckily the panel will cover it. But yeah, if you have someone that works with vinyl that you know that can help you install this, it'd be the best way to go, or even pay someone to put the vinyl on that knows what they're doing. But anyway, it's on there, it's not going anywhere, and luckily the panel will cover it. So I cleaned off the back of the solar panel, and I'm going to start putting on the two-sided tape like they show there, and there's one roll for each panel, so should be lots there. And I'll get back to you guys in a minute. That's one panel done, and it uses all the tape right down to the last couple of centimeters of it. And so I'm going to do the same to the next one, and then we'll try to get them on the van. So I'm just trying to figure out exactly where I want the panels. You don't get a second chance with that two-sided tape. So what they tell you to do is to set it wherever you're happy with it. And then they get you to create a hinge on the back here with tape so that you can lift the panel up and it'll hold it in place, peel off your backing, and then press it down. The problem with my hood on this van is you can see right there, that's a pretty big angle, and there's not really anywhere else I can go because you're kind of limited by the windshield washer thing there. So it can only go that high. So there's going to be a bit of a bend here on the corner, and you can see where the vinyl, there's rust here in the van too. So the vinyl's not perfect, but anyway, I'll figure it out. Like I said, it is an old van. It doesn't have to look perfect. I'm not that picky, but I just wanted to stay on well. So I made my hinges out of tape here. So the idea is now I should be able to lift the panel, peel off the backing all the way around, and then put it back down in place without it moving, and it should be hopefully where I want it to be, because like I said, you only get the one chance with this, so I'm sure it'll be fine. Just making sure that those are strong enough to hold it in place while I do that, and yeah, this should be fun. Well, here goes nothing. So they're in place, they're not moving. That two-sided tape doesn't mess around. It is holding it very well. So they also say that you can put silicone around the outside of it for an extra layer of protection, I guess. So I think I might do that. I don't have that with me. I didn't know that that was an option that they recommended, but they do suggest putting some weight on the panels to promote adhesion. They got a picture here. They got a bunch of bags of, I think it's rocks, sitting on top of the vehicle holding the panel down. So I'm gonna put some weight. Luckily, the garage I'm in has all kinds of boxes I can use, so I'm gonna do that. Well, there's the weight that I put on it. Try not to laugh too hard. I just got these 40-pound bags of salt. Put a blanket over the hood and set those down right on the panel. I got the shovels there holding them up so they don't slide off. And then that's a few boxes of books up here. So I'm gonna leave it sit there as long as I can. I have to be out of this shop tonight, so I can't. The book recommends 24 hours of having weight on it, but that's not gonna happen for me, but I'm sure it'll be fine. So catch you guys later. So they're on there. I let them sit with some weight on them for a few hours. The only thing I'm concerned about, you can see there's kind of a little ripple look to it here, and it's not, it's the actual panel. And I'm not sure if once it gets out in the sun, heat soaks a little bit, that might get better, might get worse, not sure. I'll let you guys know how that goes. But they are on there really well. I don't think they're gonna go anywhere. I haven't connected them yet. I just put the wires into the hood for now because I'm running out of time. So I will do that, and I'll show you guys that when it's done. So it's been 4 days since I installed the panels. We've had absolutely miserable weather, cold, rain, snow, not ideal weather for putting these panels on. So I've noticed here in the front, there's a spot that lifted, and I think this just happened yesterday because I didn't notice it before that. So I'm gonna reheat, I'm gonna dry the panels first, then reheat everything, put some weight on it to try to hold it down, and then I'm gonna go with, they suggested putting silicone all around the edge here. So I picked some stuff up at Home Depot. This is what I went with. It's supposed to be good in absolutely every type of weather. Holds up to UV really well. Really strong bond apparently, so I'm going to try that, see if that'll help hold it all together. So I dried it out really good using a heat gun, and I have some weights sitting on it. So I'm gonna let it sit there for a while with the weight on it, see if it'll stay down better. And then I'm gonna run the bead of silicone along here. So hopefully that'll keep it from ever popping back up or letting any water underneath. And then obviously there's a few more spots along the front here and especially over here where I'm gonna have to do the same process. So it'll take a bit of time. Hopefully I'll get it to stay down right. So I got a layer of silicone around all the edges. I'm just gonna let it sit here for a few hours, let it set up as good as it can, because the weather's still kind of cold and wet outside, so I want to give it a good chance of staying in place. The one thing I've heard about any flexible solar panel is that they tend to delaminate, which means this top layer, this plastic, will come off them. And I've seen it, unfortunately, even on some really high-end ones. So it'll be interesting to see how this holds up. We're coming into spring, summer here, so we'll see how it looks at the end of the summer, and then after it goes through winter, see if it holds up to it or not. Anyway, guys, I'll get back to you when I get back to the wiring, to get the wiring inside the van done. So it's been another week since I put the panels on. They're holding on really well. The side that was all lifted up here seems to be held down really well. Along the front, I stopped trying to get them to level out completely because of the way the hood slopes this way and it's rounded this way here. I don't think I was ever going to get it completely flat, so there are a couple little raised spots, which is all right. I went for a drive on the highway for several hours, stayed where they're supposed to. Everything seems to be holding all right. So now I'm going to run the rest of the wiring into the van, get that done, and see if we can get an output from these guys. So under the hood, I just have the wires coming from each panel, just hanging here. I'm not going to bore you guys with running the wires and tucking them away. I'll just show you. They give you a connector like that. So each set of wires, you're going to have a connector, bring them into one. And then you're going to take this wire here and run it through your firewall. In my case, there's a hole. I don't know if you guys can see it, but there is a hole down there. You can see another wire going into it somewhere there. And that's where I'm going to run it through to the interior. Some guys will use this just to charge the actual battery in their car. I'm going to use it to charge power stations inside. So I'm going to be running it through the firewall, and then I'll show you guys inside the van. Okay, so this is what the wires look like when you have them on those clips. You got your two positive going into one, your two negative going into the other, and then they come out to attach to the positive and negative of the wire that, in my case, I'm running into through the firewall. And yeah, I was pointing at the wrong spot a while ago. I'm actually right up around here on my firewall. There's an opening where the main wires go through. And like I said, I'm just gonna tuck this all out of the way, zip tie it off somewhere, and then I'll show you guys inside the van. So I'm under the driver's side wheel well. You can see where the wire comes in there through the firewall. And then in my van, it's pretty easy. You can just pull these few screws out and move this whole bottom of the console here. And then I can run the wire in behind it, and then I'll just have it coming out on the floor here, because I'm probably going to either, this is where I put my power stations when I travel in between the seats, or I can put one of my batteries here if I want to charge one of my batteries. So I'll just get that in place, then I'll show you guys what we can get from these panels. These are the style clips that come out of the panel there. You just unscrew, they're just plastic. You unscrew the little screw and then they pull right out. And I undid the other side, so now you can pull this whole section out. So if you have a caravan, it's real easy to do. And then I'm just gonna run the wire in behind it and might notch a section on the bottom for the wire to come out. So what I decided to do on my van here, I have dual 12-volt car style sockets, and I never use them. So I decided to take one out and run the wire through that. So now when I'm not using it, I can just push the wire back in like that, get the wire out of the way. So I brought one of my batteries out into the van so I could connect their MPPT controller here. It's a real simple connection. You just the two wires that you brought in through your firewall into your vehicle connect into the one side, and then you've got your positive and negative coming out. You just connect them to your battery, and then you can monitor it with the app here. So you can see what I got going in there right now. It's just under 73 watts. The battery's at 85% charge, and it gives you a bit more information there. Then you can go into each screen and it'll break it down for you. So the app seems to work pretty well with Bluetooth. So this was the main reason that I picked up this set, was to charge a battery. But you can also use it just with the XT60i cable connected to your MC4, and then just charge your power station directly that way if you want to. So I just have the panels connected to one of my smaller power stations. It's a XT60i connection that just goes into your solar input here, and then it connects to your MC4. You can pick these cables up on Amazon. They're not that expensive. You can see we're getting about 33 watts right now. It's 230 and it is a little overcast right now. So the highest wattage I've seen on it with the sun directly on it was 60 watts. And it seems like when you have it connected through their solar charge controller to charge up a battery, it seems to work more efficiently than on the power stations from what I've seen so far. So guys, I would say overall the panels work pretty well. I don't think they would replace having a rigid panel, say on the roof. If you have room for that, I might do that down the road. But if you're stuck with your hood as your only real estate to put a solar panel, they do seem to work pretty well. The one thing I will say is that in the videos they make it look like it's a super quick install. If your hood is angled like mine and rounded, it's going to take you a little bit more time. If you have a completely flat hood and you're used to working with vinyl, then it'll probably go quicker for you than it did for me. But yeah, overall I'm happy with it, and I want to thank you guys for watching, for liking and commenting. If you have any questions, just put them down in the comments, and we'll catch you in the next one.